Anglers Extra.
Back on the Anglers Extra pregame show, Josh Schaefer joined by Anglers manager Tom Holliday for today's manager show as the Anglers face off with the Falmouth Commodores in their final matchup of the season against a Western Division foe. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
You got it.
So, first things first, a Western Division foe here at Veterans Field for the final time here in 2018. Your first summer as the Anglers manager, have you noticed any differences between East and West opponents?
Not really. And the turnover of bodies, we started looking at it because, again, we wanted to know how tough these games are going to be right here to try to clinch something. So, they've been able to hold on to the core of their batting order. So, I think this is a ball club right here to be reckoned with.
Now, early runs have really set the pace for the way that your team has come out of the gate this season, and it's really set the pace of games against the Falmouth Commodores. Last night against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, early runs. Do you think that really, when you guys score multiple runs in the first inning, it really propels the team to high run production?
Well, I think it's the spirit of the game. I mean, score first, makes pitchers relax. And again, last night we came out like we did, the last 3 or 4 games, and we put pressure on the other team's offense. That 4-4 tie the other night, we should have had 10 runs in that game if we would have just executed getting guys over and getting them in. If we'd have just, played the game the way you're supposed to. And last night we did. And, of course, when you score 9 runs in this league, you just go back and check it. There's got to be walks and errors involved. And we drew some walks, and then Tank hits a grand slam, and all of a sudden you got a good game turned into a laugher, and that's happened. And we live off the home run. You know that. We're a home run hitting team. It's not an offense that's built around speed. And so scoring early, if it makes our pitchers better, we're going to do all we can to score early.
Well, for everyone that missed yesterday's manager show, you missed our longest, most interesting, and the only manager show hosted by the one and only Tom Holliday this entire season. And yesterday you asked me about seeing the new pitchers on this team and what we thought, Cooper and I as broadcasters. Now, for you personally, 2 of the newer arms out of the bullpen came in yesterday. What did you think of Joseph Lauder and Reeves Martin?
Well, I liked Lauder. Lauder was new, different, herky-jerky, but good herky-jerky. When guys move their head like that, normally they have control issues. He threw strikes, and he threw a couple of really good off-speed pitches, and he competed, and he wasn't scared. That's the one thing about adding somebody this late in the year. I don't want somebody to come up here and Cape Cod and walk out there and just freeze up. Well, he didn't do that. Martin was his second time out. I thought he was really good. Again, he got the 2 strikes on everybody. And, they put the ball in play on him after he got the 2 strikes. Now, we got to get to know him. Our catcher has to get to know him. We got to do something with him when he gets the 2 strikes. Because a couple of balls last night after he got hitters in trouble, quite frankly, they squared him up pretty good. But they hit the ball at somebody. But no fear, one to be out there. And I thought he threw the ball hard last night. So I think both those guys are going to help us. You got to remember, we've got 2 games against Orleans. It may mean nothing to us, but it's going to mean something to Orleans, and we still got to pitch 18 innings.
Now, one thing that your team has lived and died by so far this season is the plays on the base paths. Lead the league in stolen bases, but caught stealing 3 times 2 games ago. Last night, that was something you asked me about in the manager show. It's kind of interesting to say that you asked me about it, but you did. Did you see any improvements with that yesterday?
Yeah, we actually took the green light off of people and tried to explain to them that, okay, this is kind of a thing. Like, there's 27 outs in a game. Yes. And we've been giving up 3 to 4 outs a game on the bases, either getting picked off or being thrown out. Some of that's in strategy. The other night when Drew Mendoza ran, we ran him. We wanted to start him so we'd stay out of a double play. Well, we didn't make contact and they threw him out. So why do you steal with Mendoza? Well, we played a hunch, and again, their catcher threw the ball right on the nose. But I want 27 outs. I don't want to give up outs. Now, I'll run when I see a catcher and a pitcher out there that are living off speed stuff, throwing a lot of dirt balls. I'm going to run there, and I'll run with almost anybody. So that's why we have big stolen base numbers. But being picked off bases, that's got to stop. You can't play around that. And that's happened like 4 times this year. And, it's a short season, and you just can't be giving up outs in the playoffs. So, reckless, maybe a little bit out of control, maybe that's got to stop. So we took the green light away from guys, and we're a heavy left-hand hitting ball club. And I get a guy at first base. I want the right side of the field to be open. I don't want the first baseman off. I want him holding guys so we can hit that ground ball single to right field. So, you know, some of the ideas behind it, quite frankly, those are old school ideas. You know, if I'm going to hit, I'm going to hit. You know, and I want to draw some walks so we can hit the ball out of the ballpark and have that big inning.
Well, Coach, a short season indeed. 4 games left, including today. Today, the last game against a Western Division foe in the Falmouth Commodores. Coach, thanks for joining us, and as always, I know you'll take it. Best of luck.
Yeah, enjoy your day off tomorrow.
There are no days off, just for you. You know that, too. Always trying to put us to work as well, right?
Yeah, well, maybe on the beach tomorrow.
Maybe on the beach tomorrow.
Do a show from the beach?
Yeah, we'll do a manager show from the beach tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll be in contact and we'll put something out about it.
We'll do that. Maybe we'll even catch a fish or a crab or a shark.
Well, we'll watch out for sharks. I know something that Cooper Boardman always asks the players on Catch of the Day is whether they prefer fishing or going to the beach more. Let's see what Cooper likes to do for once. We'll go back to Cooper Boardman as the Anglers Extra pregame show continues.